Welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecies 444. I am Gat, your host. You are looking at two natal charts. This will be a twin flames natal charts analysis. The person on the left is the female. She requested it to see if they are twin flame, twin souls. So that's what we are going to do. All right, we're going to do the female first, and we're going to do it this way. We're going to start off in the 10th house. Her 10th house, you see medium coeli. And you notice Gemini. Gemini can mean communications. Lower education. To some degree, it can mean entertainment or fun to some degree. So that would mean a possible career in communications. But when you're dealing with twin souls or twin flames, your 10th house can also be your project while you're really here, because that's what the Archangel cards call it. So that would also mean a project while you're here is to unite with your twin, your Gemini twin soul, twin flame. Now, the 11th house deals with ruled by Aquarius. The 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, but Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, planet Saturn. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, and Aquarius is ruled by planet Uranus. The 11th house is about friendships, associates, associations, groups. But the 11th house, when you're talking about twin flames, can deal with when one or both twins realize that we have a purpose together. Let's work this out. Let's make the purpose together more important than our own egos, our own wants, and things like that. That's why it's called the age of Aquarius, because they really wake up. They become enlightened to why they're really here. And the reason why Cancer is there, Cancer is the family sign of the 4th house. And ironically, that 4th house also deals with higher education, property, land. The 4th house is also the Imam Coeli. That's your subconscious. Whatever feminine person raised you and how it affected your subconscious. The heart, traveling vehicles, land and property. But it is a nurturer. It's feminine. The moon rules Cancer. And again, sometimes people need nurturing in order for them to submit to the whole twin flame union. The real union. Not just coming together. When you see two people keep coming together, two twins keep coming together and separating, is because one or both have not really committed to the fact of what would. See, they're supposed to really realize we're actually one and two. And we're here for a mission. So that's really supposed to be their purpose, but they just get caught up on third dimensional thinking, third dimensional bad habits, and that's why they keep separating. Now I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to go to the 8th house, the soul matters, where you have the moon. And if you notice, the moon is just getting into that 8th house. It just left the 7th house. And that's the moon. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. But again, Scorpio deals with secrets, primordial activity, soul matters, shared finances, shared resources, esoteric information. And the bull is there because what? The bull rules the 2nd house of finance. If you notice in her 2nd house, you see Libra. Libra and Taurus, the bull, are ruled by planet Venus, which is love. And Taurus, the bull, can be very materialistic. His motto is I have. He wants to have things. She wants to have things. She's a Taurus. But they can also be very loyal in a relationship. So they got healing there. And whenever you see the moon, like I said, the moon rules Cancer. But the moon also deals with souls. If you want to learn more about soul reincarnation, you can check out YouTube. Type it right in, soul reincarnation moon. Type moon, soul reincarnation. You'll learn more about it. So this is matters of the soul. And once again, the moon represents the divine feminine. The sun represents the divine masculine. Seventh house is relationships, but you got Aries there, and that's not a good place to have Aries, because Aries' motto is I am. Aries is about moving forward, about I am, my career, my leadership, the way I see things. So that's not good to be in the seventh house of relationships. Not for a twin flame union. Twin flame union is all about submitting. You submitting to your twin, and your twin submitting to you, which is why a lot of twin flames have separation issues, because they don't want to submit. They want to view the world the way they see it, not the way the universe sees it, and they just tap out. And that's why when they meet a real twin flame consultant such as myself, they go running, because they don't want to tap out. They just want, where's my twin? Why is my twin with somebody else? Why is my twin sleeping with somebody else? Because they're selfish, they're petty, they're third dimensional. And that's the real reason why that twin is running. And no matter where they run, and every time they run to the people that just suck them for their money, they ain't never going to get their twin. They're going to expand, blow out their resources. Now they're going to be going, where's my twin? And where's my money? And where's that astrologer, that twin flame consultant who told me all those lies? Why is my life so messed up? It's going to sound like that talking head song. Where's my wife? Where's my white picket fence? Where's my island in the Bahamas? I'm pausing. I'll be right back. All right. Let's continue. So now we're in the 6th house, which is all about Virgo healing, and Pisces is there. Pisces is ruled by planet Neptune. And if you notice, planet Neptune is in Sagittarius, which deals with the higher self. Sagittarius rules the 9th house, which is your higher self house, higher consciousness, foreign matters, things of that nature. So there's still all the healing. So Neptune is using Sagittarius energy to communicate to Virgo, to Pisces, spiritual energy, subconscious energy, dream energy, in Virgo, the 6th house, to try to get healing. Now the 5th house again is Aquarius. Aquarius is, when you're talking about twin flame, Aquarius is both of them coming together saying, let's work this out. The vertex cross is the soul portal, because they say your soul can travel in and out of your body, especially when you're sleeping, things like that. That's a vertex cross. And good fortune is really a approval stamp from the universe. That's really how they use that asteroid. It's called good fortune. It's their approval stamp of this housing arrangement. So you got Leo, the 5th house, of fun, a romance, travel, adventure, taking risks, children, childbearing. And you got Aquarius, which for twin flames is about submission. But Aquarius is also about teaching and helping others around you, like helping the community around you. Now, we go to your 4th house, which is the family house, but you have a unique thing. So you would have to read Santos. Now, you're going to get a free worksheet. Your natal chart sheet explains astrology, explains everything. There's a link there for the gods, Cancer, and Capricorn. You have to go to Santos. It'll be 2 videos especially. One, Santos is sitting in the car with his hat on, got on black. You might want to listen to that one. And another one, he's standing in front of the board. You might want to listen to the video where he's standing in front of the astrology board first, because Santos explains how special people come into our world through Capricorn and Cancer, because that's what you have. You have a unique Capricorn Cancer, because your Capricorn is where Cancer should be, and your Cancer is close enough, not necessarily where Capricorn should be, but close enough. So it's kind of reversed. So that's telling you something right there. He's the expert on that. That's why I always refer people to Santos, because he's the expert. He's the one that discovered that, and he's the one that explains it the best. So your Juno represents who you might end up in a relationship with. What zodiac sign, which might be a Capricorn, and his eastern point is a Capricorn on the other side, on the right side. But also, because that's the fourth house, it might even be a Cancer. Might end up in a relationship with a Cancer. And ironically, his Lilith is at right at Cancer and Gemini, which is the twins. And Lilith is at 0 point, which means a new beginning or ready to start. So that's very unique. So when your family, you have Capricorn. Capricorn tends to be somewhat of a worker. It could be a disciplinarian because it's ruled by Saturn. So maybe you're the one in your family that tends to be the one that gets things done. So even with Juno, you might meet somebody in education, but it could be real estate. Even it deals with the health or heart, and even, believe it or not, travel, vehicles. Could be like in this transportation or car sales. And you have Curious there, which is another nurturer. So you got the nurturer house, Moon in Cancer, rules the fourth house. The Moon rules Cancer. And then you have that nurturing. And over there you have Chiron. And in your eighth house, Chiron is retrograde. I'm sorry, your ninth house, Chiron is, let me count that. Give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you have Aries in the eighth house. Aries is in your eighth house, which again is Scorpio energy, Aries. But Mars used to rule Aries. That's all aggressive energy at the end of the day. And if you even look, you see how your Mars is pointed right. It's like your Mars is pointed right to the area like it's looking for a fight. It really is. It's like your Mars is pointing right to the area of higher consciousness with the moon. It's actually like challenging the moon. As I say, it ain't going to be no union. Because Mars rules Aries. It's like saying it ain't going to be no union. This is all about me. And it's right over there near Venus too. So Chiron is in your ninth house trying to heal the higher self. And going by the chart, Taurus is also being a little stubborn. Taurus is saying, no, I don't want to heal. I want to do this my way. And so your seventh house, but I'm going to count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your seventh house has Pisces in it. That's relationship house. But Neptune is trying to heal it through your subconscious and stuff in your relationship house. And so then your sixth house is Virgo and Aquarius. But it's still, as I said, Virgo is about submission. The twins come together, the 11th house, the age of enlightenment or age of Aquarius. So it's all this healing going on. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, in your fifth house. So you might find somebody that's a Capricorn, be in a relationship, and his east point is a Capricorn or a Leo. And his sun sign is a Leo. So right there, that's what connects you two together. Because Juno is saying you may find somebody who's a Capricorn, and his east point is a Capricorn. And the east point is also connected to the sun, just to let you know. And then you might be in a relationship with a Leo, because a Leo rules that fifth house, and his sun sign is a Leo. So that's interesting. And so the fourth house is Sagittarius. Again, more healing. Sagittarius in the fourth house is about higher education, and then Sagittarius is also about higher consciousness, philosophy, higher education. So you definitely have a connection to higher education. And Sagittarius is also about foreign travel, things like that. But sometimes there's also soul travel or telepathy. And that's why you have Neptune there taking that information and using telepathy to put that information into your, I believe that's your seventh house with Pisces, because Neptune rules Pisces. And again, with this solar eclipse coming in Pisces, it's going to affect you because you had that Neptune Pisces thing going on. And it's in your seventh house of relationships. Palace is just showing you others helping you in your fourth house. They could be human, but they don't have to necessarily be human. They could be angelic, but they're helping you in your fourth house because it's all about healing. And best, there's just a lot of energy going into this house for healing. Now, in your third house, you have Scorpio with Venus. So there's a lot of communications going on that has to do with sex, passion, but also uh, hidden things, secrets, mysteries. And you also have Uranus there, which is very independent, and Uranus opposes Saturn, so Uranus doesn't like to be told what to do. And you see that's very powerful because then you have Mars right there bordering both your second house, where you see Libra, which is about relationships and finances, but Mars is opposing it because this is the person saying, I'm going to do it my way, I'm going to love my way, and ready to oppose anything that would try to change it otherwise. Second house is finances, and you have Pluto there. So Pluto again is the unknown, because Pluto rules Scorpio. Scorpio rules the eighth house of the unknown. Anything goes on in that unknown house, primordial energies, things of that nature. But ironically, it's also your money is connected to that as well. That's your finance house, house number 2. And then you got a Libra, which means this. It can mean karma. It can mean justice. It can mean finances, relationships, balance. So all this is going on regarding your finances and the second house, and it's all connected to the soul. It's all connected to the eighth house. Your second house is directly connected to your eighth house through Pluto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you notice, your eighth house and your ninth house are pretty much connected with the moon. And then the Taurus rules the second house, where Libra is. And then so you got a Venus thing. You got a very unique soul connection, passion connection from the eighth house, but it's directly connected to your relationship, directly connected to your finances. And if you read the eighth house, that's what it says, finances and things of that nature. Now we're gonna jump over to your 11th house. No, your 12th house, and there's your money, and it's dealing with Lilith is retrograde because the feminine aspect of your soul union did not feel uh cherished. It has to feel, she has to feel, the feminine aspect of the soul union has to feel cherished above everything. That the person really gave them a lot of attention and stuff. And if they don't feel that way, you get that direct. You know, that's what that direct. A little direct means it's going to be a problem in that area. A little retrograde, a Lilith retrograde that you see in your 12th house. Because I know it says 11, but we have to start. We have to start the count correctly, and I use a system to do it. But your count starts where you see the east point and ascendant together. That will be your EP and AC, or your east point and ascendant in the same location. So that is your first house. So even though it says 12, but the universe does that for a reason. If a situation is like highly dysfunctional, or it was highly dysfunctional in the past life, that's what they try to do to get that to be more bright. That's why they have the sun in there, because the 12th house is dark and dysfunctional. So they changed it a little bit for you, and they put the sun in there to brighten it up. East point, ascendant. These are all Eastern sun light energies. But right now but that's your house 1 now. So we're looking at your house 12 with Leo. And again, it's showing dysfunctions. Leo is also sun energy. Leo is ruled by the sun, so they're just trying to lighten up the dysfunctions. And there's money coming out of that 12th house. And again, Leo is connected to and Pisces rules that 12th house. And Leo is connected again to travel, fun, adventure, taking risk, romance, passion, nature, children. So all this is going on in that house, but it is money in that house. And finally, your first house is your true north node, your ascendant, your east point, and your sun sign. So you got a lot going on, and that first house is ruled by Aries, but but Virgo is there. Why? Because Virgo is a healer. Saturn deals with karma, but Saturn also tries to set standards, and Mercury is also trying to communicate healing. Saturn is bringing karma and healing. Now, the only retrograde, well, you have 2 retrogrades, but that's not bad. You have Chiron retrograde, which is his past life healing, and Lilith retrograde just means that the feminine aspect of the twin union has got to feel special, feel like the person goes out of their way for him. And if you notice, you have the number 22 at your east point, and that number 22 will always be the twin flames number. And you have the number 26 at your ascendant and at your true north node. So we're going to use our natal numerology to find out what that 26 would mean. Give me a moment. I'm just typing it in. Give me a second. All right. Alrighty, just waiting for it to come up. It's just taking a while to load the page, so give me a moment. Okay, it's coming up now. Now we want to go natal numerology, natal chart astrology. We can do that. And now we're looking at number 26. Okay, so that number 26 is the struggle to become one. Because that's exactly what it is. The struggle to become one. Because it's the universe. It's trying to say, hey, you got to work together. We're going to heal that Aries energy, that independent energy. Because the first house is ruled by Aries. So that's that Aries energy. They're trying to heal it with Virgo energy. Saturn's trying to get some type of karma or regulation going. Because Saturn's all about rules and things. And then the number 6. That number 651. We're going to take a look at as well. Give me a moment. All right, give me a second. I'm just getting the web page. Angel number 651. Angel number 651 is a message to maintain a positive outlook and attitude in regards to current life changes you may be experiencing. Take time to meditate and listen to your intuitive message as the angels are guiding and leading you towards a wonderful new beginnings and opportunities. That's why I said everything is divine timing. You keep hearing the word new because we're about to go into a new moon in just less than 3 days. So it's going to be new things coming. Trust that all is going on is according to divine plan in your life, and you are fully supported in every way. Positive energies attract positive outcomes, and your angels are coincident. And your angels use coincidence and synchronicity to give you signs and signals about your life path. Angel number 651 suggests that you are healing, and I keep telling you about Virgo healing, Sagittarius healing, and advancing on all levels. And this enables you to be open to the greater and higher love. Because that higher love means we. It doesn't mean I. The angels ask you to release any residue anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind to let go of old. And I was just listening to that other guy that you see on my channel. I just found this guy today. And he says that whenever you see Leo in the 12th house, that could mean childhood dysfunctions. So they're saying, let anything go, forgive, let your mind let go of residue anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind, and let go of old, stale emotions and attachments so that you can bring fresh new energies into your home and family environment. Start a project related to something that you are genuinely curious about and see where it takes you. Angel number 651 is also a message that your financial and or material world is about to undergo some positive changes. You can expect a welcomed new addition or possessions to enter your life. Trust that your angel and spirit guides are by your side through life's changes and traditions, and they ensure that all will work out for your highest good. So they're telling you to let go of the old so that you can benefit from the new. New is trying to get in your life, but you have to be willing to let it go. All right, so let us continue. All right, so that is your chart. That's your chart. Now we're going to look at his chart. Now, I already counted it. His first house is where you see Capricorn. But where we're going to start, so we're going to start with his first house, Capricorn. Right away, he's got a retrograde. Mars retrograde. Now, he's got retrograde. He's got planets that are retrograde. So, first house of Capricorn, that is a worker. Some people say Capricorns are not sociable, but they can be. But they are about their business. And they also, you know, they could be fashionable, stuff like that. Like they do care about what people think, because they rule a reputation house, so they are going to care about what people think. And they are workers. But this person's got a lot of retrogrades. So that's his personality is somebody who cares about their reputation. Definitely a worker. But they got like past life struggles with Mars. And this isn't a fair, because Mars rules Aries, so they got past life struggle. And then Neptune is taking past life information and giving it into Pisces. So wherever you see Pisces, that's what Neptune is doing. And then you see Jupiter retrograde as well. Second house is the finance house. You have a good fortune there in Aquarius. So ironically, the one on the left, they associate finances with relationships, and the one on the right, they associate finances with Aquarius. But this person may make money being some type of teacher, or they may have had made money or will make money being some type of teacher. Now in the third house, you see Pisces. That's a spiritual house. You got Pisces, but they're getting past life information from the first house, which is Aries and Capricorn and Mars, and they're communicating it. And then they're also dealing with Jupiter delayed money because of it, or past life money because of it in the third house. Fourth house is family, which is Aries, and that's his true north node at 22 degrees. And then Vesta's at 22 degrees, or 22. So this is definitely a soul house, a soul group, soul family matter, where he appears to be a type of leadership in that house with Aries. Aries can also be an aggressive, argumentative. It just depends, but it could also just be a leader, or forward driven. Fifth house is Leo, but once again you get Taurus there. So Taurus may mean stubbornness. It could mean strength. It could mean loyal love. Sixth house, Virgo, but you got Gemini there, and he has Chiron, so still healing relationship and twin issues is Chiron, where Virgo healing, and then Lilith is there, which is basically the feminine aspect of the union, but she's on both houses really. Sixth house of healing, and in the seventh house is relationship, but the relationship needs nurturing because of Cancer, and Cancer really rules that fourth house where you see Aries at. And then Mercury is there to communicate. So this person is communicating, nurturing, to heal. Then when you go to the sun sign of Leo, you have the vertex cross with the soul and the sun. So he's a Leo in every sense of the word, because the Leo's ruler is the sun, and then the sun is right there. So in his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in his eighth house of secrets and twin soul stuff and past life stuff and soul reincarnation, he's got Leo. Just like in her house. Because the 8th house and the 12th house are very closely related. Now in her 12th house, she's got Leo. So that might be a direct relationship to him. Because she even's got 8. And the 8th house, her Lilith is at 8. Implying the 8th house. And 8th house will always deal with finances, karma, and the soul. So that Leo in her 12th house might very well be him. So they're shining a line. They're shining the sun in that house too, trying to like anything that's dark or hidden or dysfunctional or primordial. They're trying to put light on it so that they can grow and mature. The moon always deals with the feminine and the womb, and whereas the sun usually deals with the masculine and the male. One is primordial, and one is when it's growing. Now in the ninth house of higher self, once again he's got Virgo. Virgo again, the healer. Palace is helping out with the healing, but it's still based on healing. And if you notice, it's Sagittarius, which rules the ninth house, is in the 12th house again of dysfunctions because it's higher. They're not ready to become one. They're not ready to become higher consciousness one, because your higher consciousness is the two coming back together. So they got all this healing. So I want to jump to the 12th house, and you see Juno. And Juno means that this person may end up in a relationship with somebody that's a Pisces, because Pisces rules the 12th house, or somebody that's a Sagittarius. This is all possibilities. Or with Saturn, or somebody that's a Capricorn, and that's where hers is. The reason why I'm saying that, because Saturn rules Capricorn, so that's a possibility too. So Saturn rules Capricorn. She's got a Juno in Capricorn, and then he's got a Juno and Saturn, which rules Capricorn. Or somebody that's in Aquarius. Let's go back to the 10th house. So again, now his 10th house is about relationships. So it could be justice, because it's all Libra is karma, justice, harmony, relationships. So this person could find a job maybe in relationships, anything having to do with relationships, dating, or even in the justice system, or even something like a balancing, because even when you deal with accountants and stuff, they balance records or bookkeepers. But it could also mean their twin flame definition of it would be he has to work on his relationships. And the moon is a nurturer, and so is Curious. The asteroid is a nurturer. And if you notice, the moon and Venus are at 1 degree, which means a new beginning. So you keep hearing new all over the place. So a new beginning in love and relationships. And nurturing is in that 10th house. And all these things are needed to make well, especially a twin flame relationship work. Because twin flame really is about the two coming together. Twin flame, twin soul. And then in the 11th house of Aquarius, he has both Pluto and Scorpio. So the 11th house deals with friends and groups and associations, but this is all connected to soul stuff, like soul groups. Say, you may work around people, because like my last job I had, the majority of the people I worked around, they were all part of my soul group. It took me a while, because I didn't even know all this stuff when it first started. But by the time I left that place, I knew. Same people around you at the same time all the time, the same people. You be far in the back of this big old building. Nobody else should be back there, but it still be one of your people back there that's a soulmate or a twin flame. It always would happen, like a soul group member. So a story was being told, I could tell. So that's what you see in his 11th house. He's got soul groups all around him. And if you notice, Juno was real close to that area as well. Scorpio, because we don't have his exact time, so Juno may even be closer to that soul group. So that's the only thing that could put you together. Like I would definitely need the time to go more specific, but I did get to see that definitely a soul group, and what you do have in common based on the time of his chart is Juno's connection to Capricorn and Leo, because his sun sign is Leo, and his east point is Capricorn. And it just seems it's kind of funny because you needed more healing on the whole twin flame thing, whereas he needed more healing on the relationship. I never saw nothing like that before. Because you kind of think it's the same thing, but they're kind of telling you no, it's not. Like you needed more healing on the twin flame aspect, it looked like, and he needed more healing on the relationship. But even your second house, you still see Pluto with relationship. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If you look at his chart, we don't know his time. If we had his time better, his Pluto might also be in Libra, just like yours. But that's how you can tell when it's twin flame. Like, you can really see it. But when you don't really have the exact time, you can only go by as close as you can. So I've already shown you what a connection is and where it possibly could be. And then at some point, if you could ask him to get the time, then you have a better chance at seeing it. And all right, so that's as far as we can go. And both of y'all seen it had that number 26, because I know you did. Yep. And your 26 is associated with the ascendant too, and his is also associated with the ascendant. But the 26 is all about struggle, but they eventually get it together, but it's a struggle, and I definitely see that. So that's as far as I can go. If anyone else is interested in anything you see out here, you could also go into the description box and show you all the services I offer. And anything else you could always ask me, I'll let you know. And like I said, right now I am running sales, so it's everybody's to their advantage to take care of these sales before you no longer have a sale offer. And like I'm trying to tell you, that this new moon that we're about to have, this new solar eclipse moon, is definitely going to change some things. So whatever you see me putting out here and on my other channel, Real Life and Metaphysics, if you have time, make sure you look it up, because it is going to affect you. God bless.